Hey guys, Mike here. Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection is back with a really cool ideal that I had for some a video. These are some movies that are, well, a couple of them are new to my collection, and it's I kind of wanted to make kind of a tribute to this genre. Now, this is a genre of kind of, it's not necessarily, all of them aren't exactly POW camp movies per se. One of them is probably the greatest one of all, which has come out in a great new collection edition from Arrow. But there's two other ones that is also a POW camp movie, but then there's another one where it's like a World War II kind of a prison camp, prison. It's like for the British Army. Now they've kind of took these guys, ones that wanted to try to desert the outfit, or they've done something wrong. They've stolen from the British Army something there, so they punish them by sticking them into this prison, basically, which is one of the roughest prisons ever. And it's a great movie. I mean, if you've never seen it, I'm going to show it to you, but they're not all about POW camps. They're similar, very similar, but that's why I wanted to show these particular ones too, because each one is kind of different. They're not by the numbers and stuff. Another one I could have shown you was kind of like maybe Papillon, but Papillon kind of falls into, has anything to do with the military. It's pre World War II. I think it's even, was it in the 20s or something like that? It takes place, but you get the picture. It's like this kind of a different prison type of situation, but these deal basically with the military, and basically all around World War II time period, around in there. So first off, I wanted to show this great new edition by Arrow. This is the 4K edition of The Great Escape, 1963. One of the best prison movies ever made, World War II POW camp movies ever made. And this is one of the best editions of this. I mean, Arrow has gone above and beyond with this edition. Now there is other editions of this that's come out in the past 5-6 years. Criterion did a Blu-ray edition of this, of The Great Escape, which was really good. Kino put out a 4K edition of The Great Escape 2, which is another excellent choice. And then now Arrow has done it, but Arrow has added some cool stuff to it. They've even got The Great Escape Part 2, which came out later on, which I believe it was like a TV movie, I believe, but it's been restored also, and it's got tons, my friend, of extras on here. And so if you have the Criterion edition, I would keep it, because I think a lot of the special features on the Criterion edition are, special to that release. A lot of them didn't, transfer to this. I think some of the Kino stuff, there might be some of the stuff from Criterion on here, the bonus features, but there is a huge chunk of stuff on here. You got tons of audio commentaries. One of the best audio commentaries was by the director, what's his name? Which appeared originally on the Criterion Laserdisc edition from like 1989. John Sturgis, his audio commentary. I believe that's on here too, but that's on the Criterion edition. I don't want to. This isn't a breakdown of all the releases of The Great Escape, but I should do that actually, because there's been a ton of these, and that's where you fall into. You get kind of trapped up, and you may choose the wrong one, because it's like it's confusing. It's like, which one is the best one? Well, Criterion's is not even 4K, but it's a Blu-ray, and then you ask, well, what looks better out of the two 4K editions? What looks good, guys, and stuff, and I guess it's potato. It's kind of like how you like your 4Ks to look and stuff. But still, I think when it comes down to The Great Escape, I still think the Blu-ray edition really looks good. I even have like the MGM previous Blu-ray edition of it too. But it does look good. It's really sharp. They've cleaned up the color. It's not scene for scene. Everything is just cleaned up and sharp. There's some scenes where it looks better outside, but then when they get inside, it doesn't look good. And then some scenes it looks really good inside, but outside's kind of grainy. So it's kind of a mixture and stuff. But you know, and I do see a difference in the colors, the color framing from the different editions and stuff. But anyways, really what I wanted to do was the stories of these. I mean, everybody kind of looks at The Great Escape as the greatest prison movie ever made. You know, it's based on a true story. Not all of it showed up. Not all of it's true. I found out later on that there wasn't a real guy on a motorcycle that jumped a fence and all that. You know, that's just great movie magic right there. That is just badass cool of Steve McQueen and stuff. You know, it didn't really happen. Nobody could be that cool. There was no Steve McQueen in a prison camp. There was other heroes though, but you know what I mean. But you ask, like, what's good? What else you got on your plate, Mike? Or get around to explaining what you're trying to say. Well, what I'm trying to say is these are all memorable prison camp movies from World War II. Now everybody wants to think, well, Great Escape is a great one. Great. You know, that came out in 1963 and everything, but I wanted to really kind of spotlight this one in particular. This is from 1965. Columbia Pictures released this one. It stars George Segal, and there is a Blu-ray of this out, but I believe Imprint put it out, I believe, and it's part of a box set. And I unfortunately don't have that, and I don't believe it's available on Blu-ray any other way, so I have the DVD of it. So this is a movie called King Rat. Now, you may have heard of it, and you may think it's really good, and it is. It's really good, but it's a different movie. It's not Great Escape, and it's not going to end like The Great Escape, and everything. But this is it answers some real human truths. It shows some truths and stuff. You know, there's some scenes, you know, where, you know, there's friendships, there's bonds made, and those bonds are broken once they get freed from this prison camp. This is like in the last days of World War II. It takes place in 1945. It's in this jungle place. It's in an area where it's not exactly surrounded by water, but mostly by water and a jungle. And there's really no way of getting out of this place because you just would not survive. You know, there's no boat waiting for you in the swamp to get out or anything like that. You're there. And it's a pretty relentlessly harsh prison that they're in. But yeah, King Rat came out, and I'll tell you a little bit about this. I know I'm not going to do justice to this, guys, but I'm trying. I'm going to do my best, though. I want you to check it out, though. But it's directed by. It's written and directed by a guy named Brian Forbes. Now, I can't remember what else he's done, but he has done some good stuff. It's based on a James Clavell book. It's got music by the great John Barry. It's got a really good British cast in this, except for George Segal, which is an American. So this is a prison camp that's you got Australians, you have the British, you got some Canadians, you got the Americans. I think there's even like some Dutch folks up in there. Everyone that's kind of took part in World War II ended up getting captured somehow, and they got put in this prison. But pretty much, I'm going to read the back here. It says Oscar nominee George Segal, who won the supporting actor, or he was nominated for Best Supporting Actor in 1967 for Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, which is a really good drama, became a star with his performance in this epic World War II drama based on the best-selling novel Shogun author James Clavell. The movie chronicles the scams of the streetwise GI held in a Japanese prison camp. Under the harrowing camp conditions, he rises to the position of power over his military and social superiors, manipulating those around him and controlling the prison's black market. King Rat is a powerful exploration of one man's struggle to survive and flourish against all odds. It was nominated for 2 1965 Academy Awards for Best Art Direction and Best Cinematography, which really it is, man. The cinematography from the very beginning just really shows. It's filmed beautifully in black and white. And it's got a great cast. Just some names. You got George Segal, you got Tom Courtenay, James Fox, Dehome Elliott, Todd Armstrong, Patrick O'Neill, James Donald, and the great John Mills. So there's a great British cast in this, and really good. And it's kind of like, I don't want to tell you all some of the big parts of this movie because I want you to watch it. I want it to unfold and have your guts kind of ripped out in a way, because you would think, any other movie would end and everybody's cheering and everybody's leaves with a big smile on their face. But it also is a prison movie that I've never seen where it really shows real stuff that would happen, like when the prison camp is liberated, everyone is scared. Everyone don't know what to do. They don't know this is real. It just seems too real to them, one of the characters say in it and everything, because all of a sudden the gates open and there's a guy here, a paratrooper, ready to get everybody out. Everybody fix everybody up, but it's just so shocking to the conditions they live in and had to survive during and everything. And it's almost like night and day. But it really shows the psyche, the minds and the stuff that happens to these people and what they do to survive and how they have to mentally survive. And some of them are broken in half, and they won't survive. And it shows how George Segal as the King Rat, as his name is. I think his first name is King or something like, I don't know. They call him King Rat. They call him the King. And he keeps everybody on a payroll. He's the black marketeer. He's got everything you need, blah, blah, blah. He's always kind of staying one step ahead of this really crazy guy who's been kind of put in charge as he's kind of the police or something of it. He's watching out. He's got his little bamboo jail cell in his quarters, this quarters area that they share, that there's the infirmary, there's the little prison things. There's also other torturous things that the Japanese did to them, but he's always trying to stay one step of this guy. And you just think through the movie, it's like, why can't that guy just be cool? Why can't he just be cool? Why is he so hardcore? Why is he, But what it shows is after they leave this prison camp, they are no longer who they are. That power that they had and attained and held on to during this time period in this prison camp is over with. It's like it's a reality. The reality is you go back home. And just looking at the faces of these people, I don't think they want to go back home. I think their home life is something that they almost escaped in the army in a way. But yeah, they were superstars in this camp, and that's how they survived and everything. But afterwards, it's kind of that sobering ideal, like, oh no, I'm going back home. I'm not going to be this guy, this top dog. I'm not going to be this guy that holds all this power who can just throw you in a prison cell because of some kind of minor infraction or something. So it's very sobering, and it's very cool. It's a very cool movie. I think it's well known. I think most real true World War II movie fans know what it is and everything, but a lot of times the movies like The Great Escape and stuff like that kind of overtake movies like King Rat and stuff. But it's a great movie. I want you to check it out. Really good. Now, finally, though, this is the one that this is really good. This is also a Warner Archive DVD release, and there was some rumors that it was going to come out on Blu-ray, and I hope it does, because this is a really good movie starring Sean Connery, and I believe this one was released around, I think around 1965 too. This was a movie called The Hill. Now, you've probably heard about this movie. You've probably heard of this. And it's another one of those, like, mind-breaking prison things. It's like, you know, you meet these guys in the beginning that are new to this place. They've all done something to get in trouble with the British Army. So they're here at this place. And they have this hill where they have to climb it, and it's used as a torture, almost like a torturing device, basically. I think something like that wouldn't happen now. This is only something that could have happened then, maybe, you know. But yeah, The Hill, really good, 1965. Directed by Sidney Lumet, one of his, you know, early movies. A screenplay by Ray Rigby. Starring, you know, Sean Connery. You got Harry Andrews, Ian Bannon, Alfred Lynch, the great Ossie Davis. He plays a black British officer or a soldier in the army who is, I think he's originally from the Caribbean somewhere or something, and he has a lot of great scenes and stuff, some really funny scenes, and just some, you know, because he's like the only black person there. He's the only black man, only soldier there. Roy Kinnear, Jack Watson, and Ian Henbury. And it's featuring Sir Michael Redgrave is in this one too, and it's a great cast. It's got actually on this. It's got actually a little vintage featurette about the making of the movie. It's actually subtitled, which a lot of these are never subtitled. But I'll read a little bit about this now. David Thompson of the Out Film Guide gave it this little blurb here. Sean Connery gives a sterling performance in this awesomely intense drama, which is cool. North Africa, World War II, British soldiers on the brink of collapse, pushed beyond endurance to struggle up a brutal incline, the hill. It's not a military objective, it's the hill. A man-made instrument of torture, a tower of sand seared by a white-hot sun. And the troops' tormentors are not the enemy, but their own comrades in arms, torturing these people. Sean Connery headlines a stark tale of war inside of military prison walls. Inmates are soldiers who once defied, rebelled, talked back, and the wardens are sadists who perpetrate cruelty in the name of discipline. The result is as shattering as director Sidney Lumet nails the action into so taut a frame that an audience can feel every jab in the belly, taste every mouthful of dust. And that was a little blurb from Time magazine at the time. But yeah, it's one of those movies that sticks out. It's not one of those courageous, you know, movie, you know, the war ends and everyone's waving flags and cheering and stuff. This is just a little moment in time. This is towards the end of the war too. I mean, this is kind of like, it doesn't really say, I think it kind of says in the beginning when it takes place, but yeah, The Hill, I mean, this is, so each one of these films have shown kind of a different area. This one is, you know, it takes place, it's a prison camp in North Africa. You got, you know, The Great Escape, which is, you know, there's a German camp. You got, you know, King Rat, which takes place in it's somewhere in the Pacific Islands. It's a little island hellhole, just a little nowhere land and stuff. It's an Asian island of some sort off the coast of Japan, somewhere along in there. One of the many islands that dot that area. But yeah, The Hill, really good. I mean, really good. I just wanted to do some different stuff, and I really enjoyed watching those, especially those last two. I mean, The Great Escape I've seen a million times, you know, and I know it's a great film. But those other two were kind of mixed in there, kind of give you a bad taste. But it's a good bad taste and stuff. And I really like the storytelling and the drama that unfolds, the acting. I mean, Sean Connery, really good in this. You know, he wasn't always James Bond. You know, this was 1965, so he had just started being James Bond. I mean, what was he up to? Or did he just stop being James Bond around that time? I mean, 1965, he just did what, Thunderball or from Russia? No, gosh, I can't think of those ones. But anyways, there you go, guys. What do you think? Check those out and let me know in the comments if you have seen those and what you think about them. But anyways, those are my opinions, and I really like those. Those are just really cool. They're just different, and just the acting, direction, music, everything's really cool in these movies. So check those out. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you enjoyed like videos like this, you'll see a lot more. And until next time, guys, I'm Mike. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later.